Hello and welcome to How to Play Pokemon TCG, presented by GatherTogetherGames.com. This video will cover how to play the card game Pokemon TCG. The video will start with the general concepts and gameplay, and then get into more of the details for the game. The game is played with 2 players. To play, you will need a Pokemon deck. This tutorial is using the Let's Play Pokemon set that comes with 2 ready-to-play decks and everything else needed to get started playing. The game is set up by each player laying out their playmat and shuffling their deck. The shuffled deck is placed in the deck space on the playing mat. Each player then draws 7 cards for their hand. Each player will place a basic Pokemon into their active Pokemon space on the playing mat. A basic label can be found in the top left corner of the basic Pokemon card. Next, set aside 6 cards from your deck into the prize card space on your playmat. These 6 cards remain face down. The object of the game is to be the first player to knock out 6 of your opponent's Pokemon. This is done by making attacks on your opponent's Pokemon. There are different types of cards in the deck. First, there are Pokemon cards. In the upper right corner of these cards, there is a number. This number is the amount of damage the Pokemon can withstand before getting knocked out of the game. In the upper left corner, the Pokemon type is listed. A basic Pokemon can evolve into a Stage 1 Pokemon. A Stage 1 Pokemon can evolve into a Stage 2 Pokemon. Below the picture of the Pokemon are the actions the Pokemon can take when energy is attached. The Pokemon may need a specific energy type shown by the energy symbol, or can use any energy type when a gray and black symbol is shown. The bottom of the Pokemon cards shows the weakness and the resistance the Pokemon has. When attacked, the Pokemon may take more or less damage depending on these. Also, the energy cost of retreating is shown. The second type of cards are the energy cards and can be attached to Pokemon cards. An energy card is needed to activate certain actions. Lastly, there are trainer cards. These cards list an instruction to take when played. A turn consists of 7 possible actions a player can take. Not all 7 actions need to be taken on a turn. A player's turn will always begin by drawing 1 card from their deck. A player then can choose to put basic Pokemon from their hand into their bench. A player's bench can have up to 5 Pokemon. The player can then attach an energy card to one of their Pokemon in play. Only 1 energy card can be attached to a Pokemon per turn. Next, a player has the option of switching their active Pokemon with a Pokemon on their bench. There is an energy cost to the active Pokemon when retreating. Next, a player can evolve a Pokemon. A basic Pokemon can evolve by playing a matching Stage 1 Pokemon on top of it. Stage 1 Pokemon are indicated in the top left corner of the card. A Stage 1 Pokemon can evolve by playing a matching Stage 2 Pokemon on top of it. Next, a player can play a trainer card. Trainer cards will have instructions on them. When played, follow the instructions on the card. Finally, an attack can be made. Going back to the player's hands, I have flipped up each player's cards for you to see. In an actual game, you will keep the cards in your hand hidden from the other players. The Pikachu player will start their turn by drawing a card. Then will play their basic Pokemon cards to their bench. Next, the Pikachu player will attach an energy card to their active Pokemon. The Pikachu player will not switch their active Pokemon this turn, or evolve a Pokemon. They also decide not to play a trainer card this turn. Finally, the Pikachu player will make an attack with their active Pokemon card. With 1 energy card attached, this Pokemon card does 30 damage to the opponent's active Pokemon. The damage amount is placed on top of the opponent's card. The attack finishes the Pikachu player's turn. The Eevee player will start their turn by drawing a card. Players will continue to take turns making moves to try and knock out each other's cards. Once an active Pokemon has damage at or above their limit, they are knocked out of the game. Here, the Pikachu player makes an attack that knocks out their opponent's active Pokemon. The active Pokemon and all attached cards are moved to the discard pile. For knocking a Pokemon card out, the Pikachu player gets to draw 1 of their prize cards. When an active Pokemon card is knocked out, a new Pokemon card is moved from the bench to the active spot. Once a player has knocked out 6 of their opponent's Pokemon, they win the game. Here, the Pikachu player is able to knock out their opponent's active Pokémon and draws their last prize card to win the game. A player cannot evolve a Pokémon on the same turn it was played. It can evolve on the next turn. Only one supporter trainer card can be played per turn. A player wins by getting to draw all 6 of their prize cards. A player can also win earlier if they knock out their opponent's active Pokémon card and the opponent doesn't have any Pokémon cards on their bench. That wraps up how to play Pokémon TCG. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and get more game tutorials by subscribing to our channel, Gather Together Games. Thanks for watching!